We're going to look at lower body striking, kicks and knees. And knees are fairly self-explanatory, but I'm going to go through it anyway. When you strike with the knee, you are bringing your knee up into the body, and targets can be groin, they can be the thigh, inner thigh or outer thigh, they could be into the stomach if you manage to bend the person over. So most of the time, the most effective kind of knee strike is going to be if you've got a hold of somebody, maybe by their collar, maybe by their shoulders, maybe in a Muay Thai plum clinch, and you're going to bring that knee up as you pull that person in. So, like that. Okay. So, knee strikes, pretty simple. They are the lower body equivalent of the elbow strikes. The elbow strikes are close in, knee strikes are close in. I'm not going to do a knee strike at this distance here. You see in MMA, people will do flying knee strikes. That's something that's a skill that takes a lot of practice, so unless you're so inclined to practice a lot, I wouldn't attempt that. You're going to end up flat on your back probably. So knee strike, real simple. One foot stays anchored. One leg comes up. Could be low. Could be a little bit higher. The only time that you might do a knee strike to the face is if you've bent this person over so much that the face is low enough where you can come up and knee strike. And I can't even bend Bob that low. So, knee strikes. Now, one of the important things about knee strikes is that a knee strike is the perfect way to get ready for a kick. So what we call it is chambering for a kick. So almost all kicks you chamber by lifting your leg like that. Okay, chamber like that. Now, right now I'm too close for a kick. I'm not going to have any power, so I have to get back a little bit, and I chamber. Okay? So I keep my hands up when I'm kicking. I'm in that good defensive posture. I keep those hands up, because if I drop my hands, which is when you're learning how to kick, that's the normal thing to do. Drop those hands, you just expose your upper body. So while I'm kicking, you might send a right cross across and smack me in the face. So I keep my hands up, I chamber, and when I chamber, I kick, or if I'm doing a side kick, chamber, kick. If I'm doing a back kick, I chamber, and I kick. Okay, so we're going to go through these kicks. First one is a front kick. With a front kick in karate for years, it was emphasized foot position is all important. It's not all that important when you have shoes on, and because we're going to use mostly the shin. So rather than kicking and hitting with my toes, what my goal is to hit with the shin. So obviously that's target dependent. If I'm kicking at somebody's thighs, then I want to kick with my toes or my heel. Bob doesn't have any thighs, but I'm going a little bit higher there. So if I'm going for the groin, then what I want to do is, and I'm going on the outside so that you can see it, I'm coming through, my foot's ideally ending up in the back of his booty, and my shin is coming into contact with his testicles. Boom. Okay, so it's a nasty, nasty kick. So front kick, boom. The other thing that you can do with a front kick is you can extend the heel and push. So if somebody's coming at you, boom, it's a real easy way to stop them or to make them go back. So instead of just coming up here, I'm coming up a little bit further, and I'm pushing through with that heel. Okay, so front kick, come up, boom, or heel kick. And there's Bane to help. Boom, okay? Good boy, good boy. I can also do it with the front leg. I'm not going to kick powerfully with this leg because this knee is shot, but to chamber with the front leg, I need to lean back a little bit on my back leg, chamber, and then bring it up. Okay, so boom, boom. The advantage of kicking with the front leg is it's just very, very quick. It's not as powerful as your back leg. Assuming that you have your stance proper and your back leg is your power leg. In other words, if I'm right-handed, I want my right leg back. Okay, so that's the front kick. Side kick, once again, we're chambering, but a side kick, in martial arts, they have spinning side kicks that basically spin halfway and go forward. So if I was here, I would spin, boom, like that. We're not going to bother with that. Those are hard to learn. What is important is the position of the foot. So I want my foot to be turned like that. And this is simply a way of kicking somebody who is at your side. So maybe you're focused on someone here who's harassing you, and all of a sudden in the corner of your eye you see somebody coming like that. Boom. Okay. Again, this is my bad knee, so I'm not going to use any power. I'll turn around and do a little bit more powerful kick with my other leg. But I'm bringing that up in the chambering, and I shoot it out like a piston. Boom. Okay. So I'm here, I bring it up, and I shoot it out. I try to turn my hips like that. So I turn my hips into it. Again, just to the side, if somebody's coming, you could do a hammer, an outside hammer, or you could do a side kick. I'm going to turn around and do it from this side. So I'm going to chamber and then kick. Okay, good. I'm kicking high because Bob doesn't have legs. What we want to do with all of our kicks in self-defense is keep them below the waist, if at all possible. High kicks, unless you're really trained in using high kicks, it's very easy to lose your balance, to fall flat on your face. It's also, it's just not easy to do as far as stretching. Some people just don't have the flexibility to do those high kicks. What we're focused on is the groin, the hip flexors, which kind of makes an automatic reflex like that. So right in here, knees, shins, thighs, either inside or outside thigh. So that's what we're focusing on, is those. Right now I'm kicking maybe just a little bit above his waist, but ideally I want to kick below the waist. So, okay. So that's the side kick. The back kick, again I'm chambering, but the difference in the back kick is, with the back kick I don't need that same distance because I'm chambering up front and I'm kicking to the back. Okay, so this is a good kick if somebody comes up behind you, you happen to see them, and an attack is imminent, or if somebody is grabbing you. Okay, he's got me here with his awkward arms, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and I'm going to bend. I'm going to give a little bit of space because Bob doesn't bend like a normal person would. But I'm going to chamber, okay, and I'm going to bend forward, and I'm going to look back as I kick. Okay, once again, I chamber, I bend forward, I look back. One of the things that can happen with a back kick is that you can chamber, and as you look back you turn your shoulders, And then what that does is it turns it into a side kick, which there's nothing wrong with that, but a side kick is not going to be as powerful as a back kick. And if somebody's at your back, you want to take care of business as forcefully as possible. So when you do, let's see, I'll just do this from the front. When I do that back kick, I bring up here and I just turn my head so I see in my peripheral vision what's behind me, but I don't turn my shoulders. You see the difference? I keep my shoulders square, I turn my head, I chamber, I bend over, and I kick. Because, again, if I turn those shoulders like this, all of a sudden I've got a side kick. The other thing that can happen when I turn those shoulders is if my foot, the planted foot doesn't turn simultaneously, I'm putting tremendous strain on that knee. Enough to, I've had enough knee problems to know that, you know, you do that wrong one time and you can tear some serious cartilage in your knee. So, our back kick, shoulders square, we just turn the head. Last kick, this is going to be hard with Bob because, again, he doesn't have legs, but it's called a scoop kick, and if you've ever done a soccer kick where you just step and come in with the side of your foot, the inside of your foot, that's a scoop kick, and it's just basically a surprising kick. So I'm here, look, leave me alone. I'm just coming in, boom, and I'm taking a step, both to get close enough and to propel that kick so it has some force. Okay, so that's a scoop kick, sometimes called an oblique kick, and it goes to the shin, generally to the shin. You could also go a little higher to the knee. You don't want to go much higher than that. It's just a surprising kick. I could at the same time do some kind of strike to the eyes or palm strike, boom. But I'm going to that shin anywhere between the knee and the ankle. That's for the scoop kick, and it's surprising. It's pretty powerful, and it gives you the chance to follow up with something else. Okay, so those are the lower body strikes. We've got the knee strike, boom. We've got the front kick, and all of our kicks except for the scoop kick, we're going to chamber, boom. We've got the side kick, boom, and we've got the back kick, boom, and the scoop kick. Alright, so you won't learn these without practicing, so this is something you can practice on your own without a partner. If you have access to a striking bag, that helps, but you don't have to. You could even, you know, the old using the tree technique works too, as long as you don't hurt yourself. So practice that. I think I've said in another video, it supposedly takes about 10,000 repetitions for mastery, so you got a long way to go. Practice this, and we'll see you in the next video.